I'm Ellie Rose with PsychicFuture.com and this is your horoscope from the 1st to the 7th of October. So following on from last week, we've had a lot of astrological things going on at the moment and they've all been in this theme of balance. So we had the equinox with the equal days and nights, we had the full moon in Aries. We've had a lot of stuff that's getting us to really focus in on how our inner world is shaped by our outer world and vice versa. So now this week we've got even more stuff to kind of help us hone in on this theme of harmony and kind of seeing ourselves reflected and what we can learn from that. And in particular, the one we've got this week is Venus is going retrograde. Now, before you go, oh my god, another retrograde, I can't handle it, don't worry too much. This is not going to be like Mercury retrograde where everything goes haywire. It's actually going to help you to really slow down and focus on your relationships and to try and adjust or improve any of your relationships, because for the rest of the year we're usually so busy with everything that's going on and, you know, we're working and we're making sure that we're running a household and, you know, even trying to have a little bit of a social life as well on the side when we have time, that actually some of our relationships, particularly the closest ones, they tend to get a little bit neglected, and Venus retrograde is a really good time to actually try and put a little bit more TLC into those relationships that might have been neglected. So for example, if you live with a partner, then it's very easy to kind of be like, okay, yeah, good morning, I'm going to work, yeah, great, okay, hello, did you have a good day at work, whatever, I've got to crack on, I've got to pick up the kids, I've got to go here, there and everywhere. And a lot of the time we miss connecting with that person. So this week when Venus goes retrograde, what's going to happen is this stuff is going to become really obvious to you. So if perhaps you have been missing out on, you know, maybe like some cuddle time or like some, you know, connecting in like like mind, you know, like having a chat, catching up, seeing where that person is at. Like it doesn't have to be a romantic partner, that's just an example, but like you know, like a friend that maybe you haven't caught up with recently because you've had so much on your plate that you just haven't had time to check in with where they're at, and the same, they haven't had time to check in with you. And this week is going to really kind of bring that up, and it's going to make you go, oh, do you know what, I really miss connecting with that person, or, you know, I just really want to give that person a hug, or I just really want to see how that person is. And this is going to be a really good time for actually really delving into what we need from our relationships. And for you it's going to be even stronger because obviously Venus is your ruling planet, so you're going to feel this kind of really big need to sort out any relationships that need sorting out. And in particular, it might be the case that you think, well, you know, I've grown apart from that person, or that person doesn't treat me in the way that I want to be treated, and that's why I've kind of had a little bit of distance from them, or they've kind of been rubbing me up the wrong way. Like it's just basically seeing a new light, like with fresh eyes, onto some of your relationships, and then taking the time to figure out what you need to do about that. So there is another astrological thing going on this week, which is Pluto is going direct, and this is just going to emphasise really what I've just been saying, because when Pluto has been in retrograde, it's probably felt a little bit like we've got this stagnant energy, like we're trying to move forwards in something and we're trying to change our lives and we're trying to improve our lives, but actually it's just kind of being held back in some way. We're feeling blocked or just unable to move into the new direction that we want to go in. And so now that Pluto is going direct on Monday, this is going to actually kind of open the floodgates a little bit for us to be like, okay, cool, we can finally move forwards with what we've been thinking about, what we've been planning. And in particular, it's going to enhance those relationship aspects that I talked about as well. So it's going to be able, like, it's going to shine a new light on things for you so that you can look at your relationships and look at your life and be like, okay, cool, this is what I love and that's great and I'm thankful for that. But this is what I need to now start tweaking and start adjusting, because I want it to look a little bit different from what it does at the moment. So yeah, if you have any kind of little niggles or kind of like awkwardnesses come up this week, just remember that this is all in the nature of change and transformation, and it's just trying to help you to show you where in your life there are some little things that need just a little bit of change. It doesn't have to be drastic, but just a little shift here and there, and it's going to basically try and show you what needs to be improved in your life. So I'm going to pick you a tarot card, and instead of doing a general card this week, let's do one for your relationships, give you a little bit of extra advice on that. So let's have a card for Taurus. This one. Okay, the Seven of Pentacles. So the Seven of Pentacles comes out when we're really worried about our material and financial kind of groundedness. So if you're worried about failure in some sort of way, like perhaps you're worried about putting yourself out there and then not receiving the reward that is due, perhaps maybe some of you have been thinking of starting a new business but you're a little bit worried about the risk, perhaps you might have even had, because this is relationship reading, perhaps it might be that you've had some arguments with your partner about financial issues, or you've had like some material worries that have been making you not kind of appreciate your partner as much, or not make them appreciate you, because it's really hard when you're in a relationship. If you have money worries, it's hard to just relax and enjoy each other's company, because you've always got this little voice in the back of your head being like, panic, panic, you know, like we don't have enough money for this month, or you know, this kind of thing. It's very detrimental to our relationships. And what this card is saying as well is that this is like a short-term thing. It's not always going to be like this. Like with money, it kind of comes and goes. So if you can try and reflect a little bit of that mindset into your relationships, then it will help you a little bit better to feel more at ease with your partner or your friend or your family, whoever it is that you've had this like financial or material worry with. And actually that will help you to relate to each other better. And then once you feel more comfortable with each other, like, you know, you've stopped worrying about money so much, then you can actually just sit and enjoy each other's company, or do something that doesn't cost money, you know, like taking some sandwiches out and sitting outside for your lunch break. That doesn't cost any money. Or, you know, taking a walk somewhere, or, you know, playing a board game with each other, or anything that doesn't cost any money but gets you to relax in each other's company. Actually that will help you to bring in more money, because once you're more relaxed and you're enjoying your life, in particular the life that you share with the people around you, then you feel a little bit more able to bring in money as well. So it's all like a knock-on effect basically. So yeah, if you've been worrying about it, just try and put it in the back of your mind for this week, and just try and do something with the people that you love that doesn't cost too much money but just makes you kind of forget about it for a while, so that then you can feel refreshed, and then you can work on, you know, sorting out any financial or material problems and feel a little bit better about it. So yeah, good luck this week, and I hope that you check in for next week's video. Much love!